Oh yeah, no, Letitia James literally lost her mind. Literally is having a mental breakdown live on stage here in New York City. Well, I'm not here in New York City. I'm in Texas, but my heart will always be with New York City, especially with what they're going through with so much corruption, especially with Letitia James. Now we know that she was caught in a lot of mortgage fraud, and we got to talk about the subpoenas that have now been, given to these mortgage companies. And what she just did, we're also going to go through because she's trying to get everybody to forget about this. Meanwhile, she's on stage having a mental breakdown. You guys got to see this. This is wild, honestly speaking. An AG should not be behaving this way. Take a listen.
And you want me to sit in my seat and stand idly by and allow this craziness to happen? You can come after me if you want, but you elected me to stand up. You elected me to use the law. You elected me to go to court. You elected me to continue to challenge this administration. You elected me to stand up for the least of God's children. You elected me to continue fighting on, and I will fight on. And you want me to sit in my seat and stand idly by and
There's Al Sharpton. This is becoming a movie. Well, isn't this how somebody acts when they're extremely guilty and they know that the DOJ is about to, indict you? The same president that you literally, before he became president again, you literally tried to take all his assets. Remember, this is the same Letitia James that was very confident Trump would never be president again. This is the same Letitia James that was very confident to find Trump guilty. This is the same Letitia James that went through every loophole possible to try to indict and arrest Donald Trump, along with Alvin Bragg and the rest of New York City at this point. And there she is, literally losing her mind, making it about race. Again, trying to get people emotionally attached to her, but not really logically, especially when we know that the only reason she's having this mental breakdown is because it's getting real for her. And in fact, she literally did something today that's even worse than you can possibly imagine. Letitia James is now suing Trump's HHS while she herself is under investigation for mortgage fraud. And Sam Antar, friend of the show here, shout out to him. He was the one that has been investigating Letitia James, marrying her own father for paperwork to get these these loans. It gets worse, but take a listen.
Attorney General Letitia James is planning to announce a new lawsuit against the Department of Health and Human Services over healthcare funding cuts.
the White House is threatening our way of life. They're cutting Head Start. They want to cut Meals on Wheels. They want to cut the 9/11 healthcare fund. And that's why Democratic attorneys general will be joining me in filing this lawsuit in the coming days.
Well, this comes just a few weeks after the White House referred James for prosecution over suspected mortgage fraud.
See, as of right now, and by the way, why is she doing all of this? Why is she so loud? Why is she now suing? Why is she trying to maneuver the attention over to now the Trump administration being the bad guy here? Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, it's all been found, right? She's doing this out of guilt, it looks like to me. I mean, I could be wrong here. But again, it's all alleged because so now the subpoenas has gone out. So that means that the DOJ is on this. That means that once they hear back and once they get all the paperwork and once they get the testimonies of, the mortgage companies, and once they get everything together, then the indictment will come. And if it sets out to be true and there's enough proof, then she's going to be facing some time. Now, again, this woman has properties after properties. How'd she get all these properties in the first place? Nobody in their right minds think that, especially elected officials, but people in Washington as well, with insider trading, which is something that Trump spoke about recently as well. He's very aware about that. One of the first presidents in the United States history in the last 5 elections is aware that there is corruption in Washington. And I'm pretty sure other presidents were aware of it, but now he's out loud with it. Like, hey, I know that Nancy Pelosi was on $100,000 to $200,000 a year, annual earnings, but still ended up becoming like $140 million deep in her pockets with nothing but properties. There's no way that happens by accident. And again, with elected officials, with AGs, with the DAs, like these people end up being so rich. How? Well, she did that to herself. Anyways, I do want to show you this clip as well, ladies and gentlemen, because Pam Bondi is moving forward, right? Pam Bondi is moving forward. From intelligence sources out of New York, subpoenas have gone out to insurance, title, and mortgage companies regarding Letitia James. Take a listen.
Also heard from intelligence sources today out of New York, Eric, that subpoenas have gone out to mortgage companies, insurance companies, and title companies regarding Tish James. Subpoenas have been sent out now to the companies to brought them in under oath to go before a grand jury. So there's movement, is what the story is. I just got last night.
Okay,
there's movement.
Yeah, it's going to take some time, to roll it out, but
there's movement. And Sam Antar, again, Sam E. Antar, who was the one that broke this, he's the one that's been investigating him. Obviously, Letitia James came out today, right? Trying, again, to sway all the attention away from her drama and maybe a potential indictment when everything is all said and done. She says, I'm suing the Trump administration over the unconstitutional and dangerous dismantling of the, Health and Human Services gov.com. Obviously, as a whole, we have Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Handling most of it, but let's keep going. Firing scientists, silencing doctors, and shuttering programs that help firefighters breathe and children thrive. Don't make America healthy. Blah blah blah. So now she's suing, right? She's trying to be counterproductive here. In my opinion. So he says, Sam Antar, who broke the story, says, hello, Letitia James, Attorney General, says you will be held accountable for your pattern of mortgage fraud and financial misrepresentations. The documents are clear. Lawsuits against Trump won't shield you from scrutiny. I'm not Trump. I'm not a Democrat. And I'm a Democrat, he says, excuse me. He says, I'm not Trump, but I am a Democrat, and I've had enough of corrupt politicians hijacking our party for personal gain. So again, his point here is the reason why he did this is because he is a Democrat, but he is tired of people like Letitia James abusing the system and trying to get away with it, which is why he launched investigations, and he's been investigating this. He's been all over Fox News. Hopefully he can have him on his channel to break down exactly what's going on with Attorney General Letitia James. But don't get it messed up. An arrest or an indictment of Letitia James is a huge deal, especially not because of just Letitia James and being a Democrat and, of course, being the Attorney General. It's because of what she did to Trump and tried to do to Trump that now she has been found in one of the things that she may have thought that would never happen to her, which is her corruption has caught up to her to the point where now she's going to be embarrassed and perp walked. That could be a real possibility here if, again, the DOJ moves forward with this and everything turns out to be true from Sam Antar's investigation. So she's up there losing her mind, yelling, has Al Sharpton with her. Everybody's clapping. Everybody's getting emotionally attached. That's what Democrats have always been so good at. They get black people, they get Hispanics, they get minorities against the white folks. Oh, they're coming after us. They can't, you know how it gets. And white people, don't fall for it on your side as well, because you have white people telling you, oh, these people are coming after you. Again, Letitia James is literally the symbolism of exactly what race hustling looks like. It happens on the right and it happens on the left, right? Don't fall for the race hustling, fall for the logic, fall for the truth. That's what it is. That's what you're looking for. That's what you should be looking for in your entire existence, is what is the truth and why are people not representing it? Well, because it's most of the time for the benefit of the dollars, for the benefit of power. And in this situation specifically, Letitia James has gone up on stage. She has gotten everybody you could think about up there while she's yelling and losing her mind and having a mental breakdown and shocking the entire crowd. Just look at who's beside her. Those people are going to benefit from this. They're going to benefit from the race brewing, the race war brewing that I believe is brewing in America right now. because that's what happened in the first Trump administration. This time is just more social media, more more amplifying of it. So she's trying to use that to run away from her being held accountable, in my opinion. But again, that's just my opinion. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button. I'll see you guys on the next one.